Hi, everyone. I wanted you to introduce celebrity Alan Corey for me anyway. I saw him.
Celebrity. I'll take that. Okay.
I saw him on Bigger Pockets, like, oh, awesome. And then I saw him connected to me. I'm like, oh, I got to reach out to him and see if he would want to do an interview with me. I didn't think he would, but hey, he
Oh,
did.
Raju, any day, man. I always want to talk to you.
Awesome. So anyway, he's an author, multiple author. He just got a new book, House on Fire, which he'll probably go into it a little bit. But let me introduce to those who don't know, Alan Corey. He's longtime real estate investor, realtor, and so on and so forth. I'll let him go through his history.
Sure.
So, Alan, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. So the book is House Fire. Fire stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early, and through rental houses. And so I started out 20 years ago as a real estate investor. And that led to my first book, $1 Million by 30, which chronicles how I was able to do that. A lot of it was real estate, but also living well below my means, which is a FIRE principle, financial independence, retire early principle, and trying to invest everything I could, stocks, 401ks, IRAs, and real estate. And I really sort of gravitated towards real estate. And ever since then, I've just been trying to help and teach about money. My second book, The Subversive Job Search, is for people who have the 9-to-5 career. It helps you navigate pay raises, when to switch your career, how to find a new job, how to get noticed online, a lot of things that maybe people aren't interested in real estate, but still want to improve their financial well-being. That's what I like to write about. So that's everything that I do.
Awesome. So, you kind of already said who you can help with. I mean, all your books obviously should be read, especially I like the 9-to-5 one where, subversive.
The Subversive Job Search.
But I forgot.
Yeah. The Subversive Job Search, yes.
Subversive, because I'm actually technically still doing a 9-to-5 job, but it pays well, but yeah, a lot of people I talk to, that's what they're looking for. So anyway, beside that, who would you like to connect, and who can you help, and who should reach out to you?
Sure. Well, if anyone's interested in real estate investing, it doesn't have to be local. You can do it remotely. I'm based in Atlanta, and I've got rental properties all over Georgia, and I help clients all over the world, different countries, different states. And basically my program is I try to get cash flow to cover your bills in your life. That's my House Fire book. So which basically means, hey, in the fire world, there's this math formula to determine when you can leave your job, when can you be independently dependent. Mm-hmm. And what it is you take your annual expenses and you multiply it by 25. And if you have that and you put it in the stock market, and the returns on average, even if you have the worst timing possible and you do it right before a real estate crash, you'll still have enough, because it'll bounce back over time, to withdraw 4% of that amount every single year and live off it for the rest of your life. And that's the FIRE principle. Now, so one example is, say you have a $150 bill. It could be your internet bill, your phone bill, it doesn't matter. You have a $150 bill every month. I like the internet bill because it's never going to go away. But the typical FIRE principle is multiply that by 12 for 12 months, it's $1,800. And then you multiply that by 25. So you take 25 of your annual expenses and you save up $45,000. That equals $45,000. If you have that in stocks market, the mutual fund is typically recommended. Mm-hmm. And you just pull out 4% of that $45,000 that you saved each year. That's pulling out $1,800 a year. And with compounding interest and market fluctuations and everything, it should last you for infinity. It should last you, 50, 100 years, based on all these calculations and historical data. And so you can do that with every single bill. I sort of found a shortcut through real estate and my approach. So instead of saving $45,000 and putting it in stock market, I say, hey, we can do that in half the amount of time. Why don't we save up $25,000, use that as a down payment on like a $100,000 house. You don't have to say, like, there's different price points all across, but there's plenty of $100,000 homes in Georgia that I help people with. But if you put $25,000 down on a $100,000 property, you're most likely going to find many properties that are going to cash flow you $150 a month. And so what I do and what I teach and coach clients through is, let's look at every single bill and let's find a house to match that cash flow.
Mhm.
And so this rental house is going to pay for that internet bill. All right, let's save up another $20,000 or
Right.
$25,000. And this house is going to pay my gas and electric bill.
Mhm.
And then it only takes like 4 or 5 homes typically
Mhm.
to pay off all your utility bills.
Feels- mhm.
And you just rinse and repeat after that.
Mhm.
And you get property management. So it's just as passive as stocks.
Mhm.
And you've got realtors helping you. There's no fee for a realtor helping you buy.
Mhm.
And I really focus a lot on investors. So I get a lot of deals off market
Mhm.
and really try to help people that way. So that's sort of what I've been working on recently.
Awesome. And actually, Alan went through this on Bigger Pockets too. I heard this similar. I'm like, I don't look at it that way. So yeah, if you're looking, I actually got a few prints I'm going to introduce you to. So that might be looking for that.
Oh,
But
sure. Okay.
so, but yeah, reach out if that's, reach out to Alan. If he might be able to help you with that. So if you're looking to quit your 9 to 5 and you don't know about real estate or how to get into those good deals. So yeah, Alan obviously has long history, with success in there. So great, Alan. So obviously, you're heavily into real estate. So what inspires you daily to get up and do what you do every day?
Um, it's like a treasure hunt for me, whether I'm hunting for myself or for a client or a friend. To me, it's like I'm on a quest to find a treasure chest, and what that treasure chest is, hey, I need the perfect house today. Let's go find the perfect house, whether that's your primary residence or a real estate investment. And so it's looking for those opportunities, looking at properties and saying, how can I get the most value out of this? Maybe I can build a detached mother-in-law suite in the backyard that no one else, has thought about here. Maybe it's turning the basement into a rental unit, or maybe it's just, hey, we can buy this landlocked lot next door, and you can put a swimming pool for you and your kids, and you're going to really make most of this home. So it's an opportunity. Find every day's different, and it just excites me, and so I love helping people. And when I see the excitement on my clients' faces, I get the equal excitement as if I was buying something for myself.
Awesome. Well, you have a long history, obviously, real estate and entrepreneurship. So you probably have a lot of tips for a lot of people. But what's the one tip you can share that has helped you immensely? It could be recently or long time now, that can help others.
Yeah, sure. One tip is hard to narrow down, but one that seems to resonate with a lot of people. It's earmark money, and going on a budget. That's when everyone stops listening and turns off, and they're like, I don't want to go on a budget. But what I like to do is, I have the problem with it too. If money's in my account, I'm going to spend it. So I like to hide the money. And so what I went to is my HR when I had a day job and said, hey, just put I was extreme. I said, put 50% of my income into this other bank account across town that I don't know the online login to. I don't have a card. I have to physically go there in person. But even if you just do that for 5% or 10% of your paycheck, you're just hiding money from yourself. And what I do is every January 1st, I would walk into that bank, and whatever money I had in there, I would invest. I would say, I'm going to invest this. I started choosing real estate investing, but maybe for others, it's investing in art or in a business that you start yourself, or stocks or mutual funds. But it was like a surprise for myself every January 1st. I didn't know how much money was in there. I didn't go look at it. It was just, hey, this is my treat to myself at January 1st. And I'd walk in, see how much is there. And whatever it was, that was my down payment on a house. First year was $10,000. I was able to buy a $100,000 property with 10% down in Brooklyn, New York. And this was 15 years ago. And even then there was nothing $100,000 in New York. But that's something that I was very easy and attainable. And I just knew that is going to reward the future me one day. If I just did that and I reinvested it, future me would appreciate it. And then I also had a second deadline. I have to buy a house by the end of January, because the faster I bought a house, the more I could start saving for the next house. And then I'm very goal oriented. And I said, I'm just going to buy one house a year for the next 5 years, and then I can house fire. And that's exactly what happened. And so, anyone can do that. It just takes 5 rental properties, $10,000 here one year, maybe $20,000 here one year. And all of a sudden all your bills are covered. And then it's like, you have more time to your life. You're not working. You can maybe switch careers. You can get a lower paying job, but it interests you more and more fulfilling. You can take more vacation. But once all your bills are covered by just a handful of properties, then you're moving forward. And I'm not trying to turn people into real estate moguls, or, I'm just trying to hold their hand and say, hey, just a couple properties are going to change your life.
Awesome. Actually, I heard this tip now, but some reason when you're saying it, it kind of triggered something in me. So I'm going to try something out, well,
Sure.
on, a different way of putting the money out there. So that's a great tip, by the way, because yeah, once you don't notice, then you can't spend
Yeah.
it anyway. So
Right.
awesome, Alan. Again, thanks for taking the time. Again, his books are there. I'll post all the links, his website. So reach out to him through LinkedIn. Obviously, you can connect to him, or
Yeah.
there's so many options to connect to Alan. So, I mean,
Thanks, Raju.
thank you.